Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenatan, and welcome to today's video for Legends of Runeterra. Today is the last day of spoiler season. By the time this video goes up, the set will come out the next day. But I'm recording this day, this video will go up, whatever. But yeah, like I said, today is the last day of spoiler season. We got a new champion. We got exactly who we all thought we were going to get. We got AHRI, and she is very interesting. Not sure how good she is, but she's also in the archetype we thought she would be. She is a very recall-centric champion. And there's a lot of other good cards besides AHRI. Not that many cards, though, besides AHRI herself and her champ spell, but some pretty good cards. So, don't know how long this video will be because of that, but let's go and look at the deck. Or, sorry, not the deck, the cards. Okay. So, AHRI, huh? What is she? AHRI is a 2-mana, 2/3. Okay. Decent stat line for the cost if you just look at that alone. No tribe, like she's not a Yordle or anything, so no synergy with the Yordle Explorer or whatever. Makes sense. She's not really a Yordle. She has Quick Attack. Pretty good, pretty good. Cheap champion with Quick Attack. Never seen that before. Haha. But enough like rambling about that. Let's actually see what she does. So, when AHRI attacks, the first time she attack strikes, so they specify there, not when she just strikes, but has to attack strike. So things like single combat won't activate this. Swap me with the ally to my right, then recall that ally. So, this is a very interesting ability. And while I think it's fun, interesting, and unique, I'm not sure just like how good it is the problem. It seems cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it. It seems fun, it seems great, and I really, really like it. They showed off in the trailer, like, using Dancing Droplet to swap around with, so you can get some cards. Seems really cool. To level her up, you have to have recalled 6 units this game. She doesn't have to see those units getting recalled, so that's a very big plus. But yeah, it's really cool. So AHRI will strike, and then she will switch. So she does the damage to whoever is blocking her, or the next if she's not getting blocked. Then she will swap with the ally, and then she'll strike again whatever she swapped in front of. So, you know, she attacks, swaps to the right, attacks again. That's pretty cool. Even if the unit in front of her is bigger, she'll still attack and then swap because of quick attack. The opponent's unit will not get a chance to attack because of quick attack. Better watch out for things that can shrink her down to 0. So, you know, frostbites, scrying sands, troll chance, etc., because she will not technically strike then. We've seen that before with cards like Katarina. I assume Katarina and AHRI work very similarly in terms of their strike. But yeah, I really like the card. Big fan of her. I think Tailcloak Matriarch, while we all memed on that card and laughed at it, it was exactly what we thought it was. It was a hint at AHRI, and AHRI with Tailcloak Matriarch does seem pretty sweet. Sure, Tailcloak Matriarch only works with followers, so you can't get multiple copies of AHRI or something, but it's still pretty good. I think like a AHRI Kennen deck is the best way to go. I've seen people saying like AHRI Yasuo. I'll be honest with you, I don't think AHRI Yasuo is going to be good because I think Yasuo is pretty bad. Look, I love Yasuo and all. I'm one of the biggest fans of Yasuo. Every single set, I try to build Yasuo. I try to see what Yasuo can do. Never seems to come together, but maybe AHRI will work with Yasuo, but I have more faith in, say, like Kennen AHRI than AHRI Yasuo. I've also considered maybe like 2 Kennen, 2 AHRI, 2 Yasuo, but that means you don't get as many champ spells, and Kennen and AHRI both have really good champ spells. Now, enough about level 1 AHRI. What does she do when she levels up? The strength of champions is, well, one of the strengths of champions is the level up. So, when AHRI levels up, she gets +1/+1 like most champions. Cool. Still has quick attack. Very nice. She now has elusive, so she's even harder to deal with in combat. So that's also really good. You can actually just get some even more like dangerous attacks in if you want to, and get some more chip damage in quickly. What else does she do now? So when you recall an ally, just you, the player, not AHRI, but when you recall an ally, reduce its cost by 1. Cost reduction is huge. We've seen this in the form of things like Greenglade, Lookout, I think is the name of it. While it's not a heavily played card, it's still a pretty strong card. And things like Eclipse Dragon discounting Aurelion Soul is pretty strong too. So never underestimate cost reduction. Now, you can only really stack up one cost reduction because it's not really a permanent cost reduction. I doubt like a level up Karma will double up the cost, even though it doubles the recall. The first recall will go off, the second recall won't though. So I doubt Karma could get you double cost reductions. Next up though, and the scary thing about leveled up Ahri, in my opinion, now when Ahri attacks, each time, not just the first time, but each time she attacks strikes, she does the swap. So it's kind of like a pike thing now. If you put her on the leftmost, she'll attack, swap, attack, swap, attack, swap, so on and so forth until there are no other units to swap with. Pretty good. I do like that Ahri herself is not getting recalled. That's really nice. So you don't have to lose the tempo of just having to replay Ahri over and over and over. So that's really, really great. Now then. But yeah, I really like Ahri's level up form. Sure, the dream is your opponent blocks with everything and then you use Ahri and clear their board. It's kind of like Pike, but even less reliable. Like Pike, at least you can be like, oh, well, I can turn him into a spell and get a nice board clear that way. If you get a board clear with a leveled up Ahri, you probably were already winning the game. Your opponent pretty much just did some blocks to chump some damage. So, yeah. But it would be really nice to see that happen. Next up, Ahri's Champ Spell. Ahri's Charm, or just Charm in the non-Champ Spell version. Charm is a 2-mana focus spell that says, recall an ally to give an enemy vulnerable this round. I love this Champ Spell. First off, I believe this is also the first focus speed champ spell, so that's something to note. Not much, but it's something to note, I guess. But I like it. I'm not sure I would actually play it in my deck. I'd play like maybe 1 or 2 in the recall-oriented decks because, you know, with quick attack things, giving something vulnerable is cute, but it is only temporary vulnerable, and focus speed is a little bit... It's not bad, but it's not great. Like, focus speed for a recall is kind of bad. You can't use the spell to save a unit, so that kind of sucks. So you're probably going to want to use Charm on, like, Dancing Droplets or, I don't know, like, Tornado Warriors, I guess. So, yeah. And it gets better if you have, like, a Tailcloak Matriarch or something, so there's that. Pretty good, too, to use Charm to recall Kennen to get another Mark of the Storm. Seems pretty good. And it helps work towards Kennen's level up, so I like that as well. But yeah, I like the spell. Don't think it's that great to run main deck, but insanely good champ spell. Helps level up Ahri and works really well, especially with Ahri's whole kit about, you know, striking and swapping around. You give something vulnerable, and you can pull it in for Ahri to deal with, and wow, kind of like Merciless Hunter, sort of. And then you get some value with the recall, so you can resummon a unit, like I said, with Tornado Warrior. Anyway, that's it for Ahri, though. Very, very cool card. We got another page of cards, though, so we'll talk about them. But Ahri looks good. I think I like that she doesn't seem to be, like, hard stuck with Kennen. It looks like you could try Ahri with other decks, but I do think the most successful deck will be with Kennen because they're both recall oriented. Kennen not really is that recall oriented, but he loves recalls. So yeah, very synergistic with Kennen, and Kennen Ahri does seem like a very nice, weird, tempo-y kind of deck that I will gladly love to try out. But yeah, I like it. I like Ahri. 3 health on a 2-drop's really nice, so she survives things like Mystic Shot and Avalanche. Really hard for her to die too because of that. So yeah, really good. Other cards, though. What have we got? 3 other cards here. First up, Wind Singer. 6 mana, 4/3. Play this card, recall a unit. It is a skill, so your opponent can react to it. So it's Will of Ionia, but for an extra 2 mana, you're getting a 4/3. And the trade-off is it's no longer fast. Is that good enough? I honestly do not think so. I feel like I would rather just play Will of Ionia, or maybe for an Ahri deck, because you like to recall your own stuff, Homecoming. So yeah, while I like the card, I don't think it's good enough for Constructed at the moment. I could be wrong. The versatility of being able to recall your own units or your enemy units is pretty nice, but again, Will of Ionia is just so much better. And being able to be used at fast speed is so nice in case, your opponent open attacks and you can't play anything at slow speed, which is like, unit summoning speed. Still though, big fan of the card. I do like these kind of cards that are like effects, like spells on a stick, and this is Will of Ionia on a stick, so I like it. The next card, though, is the card I really like. Seinen Thousand Tailed. 6 mana, 3/5. Really bad stats for its cost. That's the stat line of a 4-drop, Lecturing Yordle, pretty much. So what's it do? It has to do something good to make up for that extra 2 mana, right? When I'm summoned, draw 2 and give all other allies +1/+1 this round. It draws cards. I love that. Draw 2 and it leaves behind a body. That alone would already be pretty sweet. But then it gives your other allies +1/+1, so you can get a really nice defensive turn if you play this on defense. You buff up your like droplets, your tornado warriors, your AHRIs, your cannons, so you can get a nice defensive turn or an offensive turn when you attack in. This card's really, really good if you start to recall it too. Sure, it's slow. I will admit that. This is really, really, really slow to recall and replay this, but that is some good late game gas. I would not play 3 of these in the current meta. I'll play 1, maybe 2, depending on how greedy I am in my Cannon AHRI deck. But even then, do I really need this when I'm using Dancing Droplet to draw a lot of cards? Maybe. Also, because it's a summon ability, not a play ability, like Windsinger is, God Willow Seedling, the landmark we were shown yesterday, that's a lot of cards being drawn. Sounds great. Tailcloak Matriarch summons ephemeral copies, so Tailcloak Matriarch, recall Seinen, get another ephemeral Seinen, draw 2 more cards, getting more buffs. That's crazy. Crazy amounts of value. Is it good enough? Is it fast enough, though? Probably not. Sure, Poppy and Young Witch have recently been announced that they're getting nerfed. Poppy's a 3/3 and Young Witch will be a 1/1 again. But still, against things like Poppy, Ziggs, or Plunder, Gangplank Sejuani, or Gangplank decks in general, I find this to be really slow, and I think I'd rather just play like Hidden Pathways or Deep Meditation, because it is a draw spell at a slow speed instead of burst speed like, Deep Meditation and Hidden Pathways are. Still, though, I really like the card. You put card draw on cards, I am already immediately interested and will definitely try it out a little bit. Next card. Children of the Forest. 8 mana slow speed spell. Summon ephemeral copies of the 3 strongest followers you've recalled this game. I can re-summon Seinen. Cool. And draw more cards. That's bad. I think this card is bad and unplayable. Sorry. Haha, no. But it is cute. I think this card is mostly a meme, but I don't think it's not going to not be seen. I think this card will be seen because it will be generated off of cards like, Pharaoh's Financier and Loping Telescope, because it is an epic. Also, speaking about epic, Seinen's an epic, and I would hate to see this get summoned from a telescope or summoned by a telescope deck. But whatever. Bandle City and woohoo. But yeah, Children of the Forest, it's like Ionia's Harrowing. Doesn't summon champions, which kind of sucks, and they are ephemeral, but so's Harrowing. It does say strongest followers, not allied followers, so it can summon your opponent's followers too. Like if they played a Ladros and you willed Ladros or something, you'll get a Ladros. So that's kind of cute, but yeah, I don't think this card's that good. Honestly, think this card is mostly here for Expedition or for the Pharaoh's Financier telescope pool, really, and that's the only reason I think you will see it in Constructed. Anyway, though, that's it for AHRI and her other support cards, because we got some more support cards for her yesterday with things like the Mourned. I'm a fan of her. I'm a fan of the recall deck that they're trying to put together. Will it be good is the real question. I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I really think it's just a little too complex and dirtily. You're losing a lot of tempo with these recalls. Ari's trying her best to like mitigate that, and so is Kennen with his Mark of the Storm, but I still don't see, like, here's the problem. I don't see what this potential AHRI deck, AHRI Cannon, if you will, as well, AHRI Cannon deck will do against, Bandle City Swarm piles. Like a, let's go with, Yordle Explorer into Ziggs. Like a turn 2/2/2 Yordle Explorer is going to be really hard for this potential AHRI deck to deal with. You can't really remove that. I guess you could technically Lightning Rush, but Lightning Rush is 3 mana, so you need a unit to activate Lightning Rush. Cannon's Champ Spell, the 3 mana recall an ally to deal 2 to anything. I guess you could Quicken, technically, the Yordle Explorer, but that's fine. So yeah, I feel like this deck will really struggle with Yordle Explorer decks, so depending on how good Yordle Explorer is, who knows? I don't know. I'm just scared of seeing, like, turn 1, whatever, turn 2, Yordle Explorer, turn 3, Ziggs, turn 4, Poppy. That sounds terrifying. 3 mana, 4/5 Ziggs on turn 3 is terrifying. You could also do, like, Yordle Explorer into Mayor, into Poppy, which is also terrifying. So, yeah, I will play this. I will play the AHRI decks. I will try to brew with AHRI, but I'm worried about, like, Bandle City and Bandle City just messing with things. In my opinion, though, out of the 4 champs we're getting, AHRI, Pantheon, Cannon, and Rumble, AHRI does seem like the most fun for me personally. That's also kind of why I'm worried about her. The things that I find fun are usually bad because I love value. But yeah, I do like all these champions. It's just that Yordle Explorer kind of just puts a damper on this entire set, but whatever. And AHRI is fun, and Rumble's fun, and Pantheon's cool, and so's Cannon. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on AHRI myself personally. Like, who else do you think can pair with AHRI besides Cannon or Yasuo? Maybe like AHRI Karma? I don't really see that working. AHRI Shen? AHRI Lee Sin? I don't really think those are, but I'd love to hear your ideas on different AHRI decks. If you guys just enjoyed the video in general, I'd love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below. It really helps me out and all that stuff. You know how it is. Also, if you want to keep up with the Legends of Runeterra content, you can always go and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to watch me play some Legends of Runeterra, which I'm going to be playing a lot of once the set comes out too, especially, you can always go and check me out over on Twitch, over at twitch.tv/Senaton, where I stream pretty much every single day. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all again once more for watching this video. And until I see you guys in the next one, bye!